I'm Dr. Prabha Choksi. I'm an eye specialist or an ophthalmologist. I've been practicing in the field of ophthalmology for over 37 years. I became an eye specialist in 1977, and for the last 7 years, I've been working with people with albinism. Especially, my heart is with the children with albinism. I came into this program by chance in 2007 when I was getting an award for outstanding contribution to eye care in East Africa. I met a small child called Jonathan. He was dumped by his mother on a latrine pit. New Life Home had received him. Then from New Life Home, he actually was adopted by one of my patients. People with albinism, it's common to see fair people. So skin is not such a big. They're extremely fair, and they have blonde hair, which again in the white race you can see many people who are white and who have blonde hair. But what differentiates a person with albinism from the other people from the white race is the eyes. Now eyes have got they are definitely, because the pigment in albinism, pigment called melanin, is absent in the skin, it's absent in the hair, but most important, it's absent in the eyes. So all people with albinism do have tremendous visual challenges. All these years, people only concentrated on the skin. People got worried then when they saw a white child being born in a black family. And usually the brunt of these sort of things is taken by the mother of the child. Many people thought that she belonged to loose moral character. She had loose moral character, that this child was fathered by a Muzungu man or a white man. So many of the women were thrown out of their matrimonial homes because of bearing a white child. Actually, it is to some extent, I think the medical profession has also failed people with albinism, because diagnosis when the little child is born is so important, because doctors have to explain to the mother and the family that this little baby that has been born in your family is a genetic condition. Both the mother and the father have the equal responsibility, because both of them carried the gene of albinism when this child was born an albino. Now, when the child is born, most of the time, even mothers sometimes get very scared because they have never seen another person with albinism. And we have many incidences where we have seen that mothers have actually even given up their children. Then the mothers are the next to go within 2 to 3 months. Sometimes mothers actually give up their children with albinism. So the whole brunt lies now on grandmothers. And grandmothers themselves are so old, yet they have to look after now this small baby. Because grandmothers, through their experience, realize that every child is a gift from God. Every child has a purpose in life, and that's how the grandmothers have. We have many examples where grandmothers have brought up. So I think when a child is born with albinism, it is important for us to inform the parents and the family that this child has a genetic condition, and that both the parents carried the gene of albinism when the child was born, a person with albinism. And here I think we have to, and I think here the real role is of raising awareness about the condition. So we really have to let people know that what albinism is and how does it affect. And the medical profession. So we have to actually educate the doctors, the midwives, the various hospitals to know that if a child is born with albinism, and they should be, at least our foundation should be informed, so that we can actually go explain the condition to the parents and we can make a difference. Now, I feel the parental love is a right of every child, and especially children with albinism need a lot more, because they are different in a way. Their skin is extremely sensitive to the sunlight. So we have to teach the parents about how to bring up this child. Some parents they have heard that these children will have to put sunscreen, and they tend to get worried that there's too much cost will be involved of the sunscreen and all that. But I would say that it's not really so much. I've seen many people that who are even have become adults who have never used sunscreen. So protecting the child from the sun is even more important than anything else. Even using sunscreen can come later on. But when the newborn baby is at home, I think all that we need is a lot of love and attention. Now, when the child is growing up, we have to be very sure that he doesn't go out in the sun and doesn't play too much in dusty areas and all that. We have to just look after him as a totally normal child. Now, the real important time in the life of an albino child is when he's going to school. In the past, what used to happen is many people saw children with albinism studying in blind schools. So parents, who got an albino child thought that it is absolutely normal to take the child to blind school. So most of our children, when we started this program, 70 to 80% children were studying in blind schools. So many of them being taught in Braille, without actually taking them to an eye specialist. I think more than anything else, I think parents actually saw the fact that people with albinism study in blind schools, and that's how they blindly took them to blind schools. So it was like that, and now we are actually since the time I started working with people with albinism, I have seen more than 600 people. But I have seen that actually over 590 of them, they had never actually seen an eye specialist before. Nobody had actually done a proper examination to see how much they see and what happens. You see, and my hats, I really appreciate the parents in the past. Many of my, among my torch bearers are people who have gone to normal schools, and more than those people, I am actually appreciating their parents, that they did not listen to the society. They went and they put the children in normal schools. And today you can see the results of how nicely they have all grown up. And of course, I'm saluting people also, like people like Mumbi Gugi's parents, who have given the world the first albino high court judge.
My name is Denis Kaisa, a child born in Kisii, single parent at the moment. My history is quite, sometimes, according to me, it's disgusting to me. Since my birth, I think I've been I've a disadvantage to the rest of my siblings because of my albinism. My mom has had several divorces, just to say 7. So I have had 7 non-biological fathers. That means my mom has been divorced because of me severally, which is almost equal to the number of children now. If I've had non-biological fathers, 7 number, we are almost 7 number. I being the firstborn, then we are 7 number. So my history is, okay, my life has just come to the way it is because of well wishers. Since my mom was divorced lastly 2001, I was taken up by Franciscan Sisters of St. Joseph's, who took me to a primary school in Meru, St. Lucie Sigoji, whereby I was able to get education free without paying anything. I used to stay in school all days till I finished my class 8. Afterwards, they also sponsored me to a regular school, Nkubu High School, where they tried to keep closer look after me, maybe trying to talk to teachers and explain to them what I need as a child with albinism. So that's why I was able to that's why I have managed to finish my high school education. At the moment, I'm at the University of Nairobi. Being the University of Nairobi still is a challenge. Being from a very poor background and without a father and without a place to call home is challenging. Being in the University of Nairobi, admitted under a regular program, I was supposed to apply for HELP, which is the loan that we get higher education. But according to me, that one is very difficult up to the moment, simply because I don't have a place to call a real home. I don't have a dad that can maybe send my documents and help me get the loan. So it has been a challenge to me. If it were not to Dr. Choksi, in my last semester, 2014, in the University of Nairobi, I thought of deferring and go home, try to look for money. Simply because it's somebody who is sponsoring me, paying only school fees, tuition fee, because I didn't apply any loan. Now upkeep, accommodation is a problem. But Dr. Choksi, thanks to God, to the gift of Dr. Choksi, she supported me, the accommodation, and also I used to visit her place. She used to give me a few coins, buy something sometimes, and she also used to give me transport going to the university and coming back. whenever I visit her, I really appreciate her. She also gave me transport going back to Meru, where I reside. I reside in St. Lucy's School for the Blind at the moment because I don't have a place I can call a place, okay, a house of my own or my mom's house. So I always go back to my former primary school, St. Lucy's Sigoji, to stay. And that's why I live, and that's where I came from to take part in the launch of this website, Albinism Foundation. Dr. Joxy, thank you so much. May the Lord bless you. And whoever is willing to assist those people from challenging backgrounds and they are able to support in any way, let them kindly support each and everybody. We know we're the leaders of tomorrow, and we know we can make a difference in the society as persons with albinism. Let me say that having gone through challenges, those people who have gone through challenges like me, I'm very sure in future we wouldn't like other people to face such kind of challenges. We like to change the world completely. So whoever is willing to assist us as a whole, and support Dr. Choxi's foundation, of which we are also behind her. We like to make it the best in this country, East and Central Africa.
My name is Ivy Kehara, and I'm a lawyer. Today is a really good day because we had a very good website launch. The website is really important because it helps all of us have a place and a platform where we can share our stories. My story is quite boring compared to everybody else, but I think quite important because I had all the support from before I was born. So when I came into a family who knew what to do with me, knew how to handle me, knew how to discipline me, knew how to take me to school, knew how to make me wear a hat when I didn't want to. So for me, I was lucky, I was fortunate. People understood my condition, they understood what they just needed to do is put a pair of glasses, put on some sunscreen, and let the world take over. The difference was my mom was concerned. She'd go to school and talk to my class teacher and say, the only thing I need to do is sit at the front. If I don't do my homework, the same punishment everyone gets, I would get it. So being raised in that sort of home meant life was quite comfortable for me. It wasn't that difficult, and it enabled me to do a lot more, and that's why I'm here. This foundation has that opportunity to give parents that knowledge, to give their children just support, and also to treat them the same like all the other children. So it's really important that institutions like IST have come on board. Hopefully we'll have equity, and I see the people who do a lot of corporate social responsibility to actually give children opportunity to go to school and also help parents to support their children.
Right to the beneficiary of our foundation. Our entire secondary education has been sponsored by Dr. Choksi, and please be upstanding when she comes to give the national anthem. Giving always giving to all. Now she'll come and do a small speech, and she'll also welcome Dr. Choksi.
I'm really happy to see so many of you here. Some of you in the last 7 years have become my children, and I really feel very proud to see when I remember Lois 7 years ago when I saw her, and today it's like a butterfly which has come out of the cocoon. Ladies, gentlemen, and my dear children, on behalf of Institute of Software Technologies and Dr. Choksi Albinism Foundation, it is my privilege and honor to welcome you all to this milestone ceremony to inaugurate our website. In his famous civil rights speech, Martin Luther King had said, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day grow in a world where they be judged by the content of their character and not the color of their skin." Today, 60 years later, we are still at the same place. The only difference is that time the whites were segregating the blacks, and now in Africa, the blacks are segregating the whites with albinism. When we all believe that every human life was created for a purpose, time has come to start thinking differently. Albinism is a genetic condition present from birth. It occurs due to lack of pigment melanin in the skin, hair, and the eyes. Melanin is a photoprotective pigment that plays a major role in absorbing the harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. In Africa, albinism is associated with a lot of stigma. Being born white in a black world is considered a curse. Ignorance, poverty, tropical climate makes the situation worse. Many women who bear children with albinism, due to ignorance about the condition, are thrown out from the matrimonial homes with the suspicion that these women are of loose moral character and the child was fathered by a white man. There is a high incidence of single parent children and children living with grandparents in Kenya. An ophthalmologist or an eye specialist plays a major role in the lives of children living with albinism as the eyes are affected the most. When I started my journey with albinism in 2007, I was shocked to see that 60 to 70% children were forced to study in blind schools. A high percentage were forced to use braille without ever being examined by an ophthalmologist. The prevalent myth was that all people with albinism are legally blind and must study in special schools. I salute the parents who encourage children with albinism to study in normal schools in the past, such as Mumbi Gubi's parents, who gave the world the first albino High Court judge. I've been offering ophthalmic services free of cost since then to people with albinism, and I'm happy to say that I have helped more than 600 people, mainly children, and provided free photochromatic prescription glasses to all of them. I'm grateful to all the sponsors in the past, especially Mr. Zulningji of 3Z Foundation. There is a Chinese proverb, when eating bamboo sprouts, remember the man who planted them. I'm grateful to my parents, Dr. C.A. Gursani, a medical doctor, and Sarla Gursani, who imparted life-changing values in us, their children, through the unique art of living. By example, they revealed the secrets of success and happiness in life, 2 of which have been my guiding force in life. The first one being, holding the ladder for others to climb up gives you more happiness than climbing the ladder yourself. And the other, one who gives is happier than one who receives. Personally, for me, the journey of 7 years working with children with albinism has been extremely exciting, rewarding, and fulfilling. Let me end with my favorite quotation by Ed Mandino. Realize that true happiness lies within you. Waste no time and effort searching for peace and contentment and joy in the world outside. Only in giving. Reach out, share, smile and hug. Happiness is the perfume you cannot pour on others without getting a few drops on yourself. In my commitment to make life better, one at a time, for children with albinism, I have benefited the most. Thank you so much for making me so happy in life. Thank you.